been a journey. But these two little things here, Optimum Day and Optimum Night, have really, really helped me on my weight loss journey. This Optimum Day, what it does, it helps you to curb your cravings, it really helps with your metabolism, and just really just stabilizes things. And I swear by this, I absolutely swear by this. And then the Optimum Night, what this one does, I take these before I go to bed at night, helps you to have a much better, deeper sleep, makes you relax, makes you sleep, and makes your body recover. And these pills, I mean, listen, they're not magic pills, but they're all natural, and they have really, really helped me in my weight loss journey, and I really, really swear by them. So if you want to get your hands on these, scan the QR code in the description right now, or click the link down below, and you can get 70% off your first order with the Optimum Day and Optimum Night by Oxford Natural. As I said, these have been essential tools in my weight loss journey. Of course, there's no magic to it. You've got to eat less, you've got to go to the gym, you've got to do all those things. But these two have really, really helped me, and I recommend them very, very highly. So once again, if you want to get them and get 70% off your first order, all you've got to do is scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description, and you get 70% off your first order.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to DR Sports. Welcome back to Live at 5. We've made it to Friday, so congratulations to everyone involved making it to Friday. I can't wait for the weekend, personally. And also because my team aren't playing a Monday night game for the first time, and it feels like weeks and weeks and weeks. We've been playing Monday nights, and it's been long. We've got plenty to talk about as well. There's been lots of transfer news today, actually. You know, January window, I really think, you know, now 2 weeks, like 10 days until the window starts. We've got Mainoo news, a lot on Semenyo, and then looking forward to the weekend's games as well. We've got a dog, you can't see her yet, but she's down here. Alys is back in the studio to predict some games, so that will be coming up around halfway through the show. But to my left, Kim is back on Live at 5. How are you feeling today, mate?
Well, you saw the state I was in yesterday, where I turned up for a brief 15 minutes at the Christmas party, so I think I've been better. I would say filled with anxiety and dread this morning. But I feel a little bit better now, actually, just seeing people again.
Yeah, we had the AFTV GFN DR Sports Christmas party last night. It was very, very good fun, but it was kind of chaotic, wasn't it, Kenya?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
There was a moment where it was like I was stood round. It was like me, Ty, Robbie, X, like dancing to the French World Cup song.
That's such a banger as well.
At like 1 in the morning, I've got and went on my phone this morning. Just got a video of like all of us like just singing like Paul Pogba, and I was like, this is.
Banger.
I was like, what am I doing? What simulation are we living in here? Yeah. But then I woke up.
It was mad. Walking in and like I think it was Cecil was just like, oh, you need to go and speak to Ty. I was like, why? And then it was we were just locked in for like 10 minutes. I was like, what actually is this? I did not anticipate this for my night. Do you know what I mean?
It was actually such a fantastic night. And then I woke up this morning and bang, transfer news. And what we're going to talk about, what I want to start with is, I mean, what will be the talk for the next 3 weeks, which will be Semenyo. Yeah. So Antoine Semenyo, obviously, as we all know, has a £60 million release clause plus 5 million add-ons that has to be activated. Some reports are saying the 14th of January. Some are saying the 10th of January. So, but basically mid-Jan, like 10th to 14th of January, like Bournemouth have basically gone, if you want to pay, you pay now, so we have time to go and buy replacements for Semenyo. But so just to sum it all up, because there's very different sources, various different reports saying various different things, you've got a few hours ago, the Guardian came out and said that, so this was earlier on this morning, Guardian says that he's thought to favour joining Liverpool with Man City his second choice, but, and then when you go over to iSport and then Samuel Luckhurst, who's the United reporter for The Sun, basically saying that United are apparently, quote, front runners because the club are in the best position to sign him compared to others. So it seems like Spurs, their interest was advanced, but they've not done much in the last week or so. So it's kind of between City, United and Liverpool for him at the minute. But what it is that we agreed personal terms reportedly with him in January, so in the summer, but then our £50 million bid got rejected and it never went any further than that, and we went and got Mbumo. But City and United have both, according to Fabrizio Romano, talked to him in the last like 48 hours or so, 72 hours. They've asked Bournemouth for the conditions of the deal, which iSport say is, there's no, so you know in some release clauses there's like structured terms. Yeah. Is the release clause is a value, but there's no terms on the structure at the moment yet. So basically, Bournemouth will end up potentially accepting, quote unquote, whichever payment terms better.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's also that, and then Fabrizio Romano saying he's expected to leave in January. Liverpool have not made any official contact. Spurs are interested in recent days, but they have not advanced on their interest. So it's Man City and Man United who have both called for him, presented to him, talked to Bournemouth, and are involved in the race.
Yeah, I mean, I think, being completely honest, I said it off air to you as well. I think Semenyo only goes to Man United if Liverpool and City don't actually properly come in for him. I think when you look at players who have joined United in recent times, there's not been other big clubs in England who have tried to sign them. And I think United do still have that appeal, but probably more to players from overseas who also want to come to the Prem. I think if you're Semenyo now, City, United, and Liverpool are in for you.
Yeah,
you're not.
And
you're not going to pick.
He's well known to be an Arsenal fan as well.
Yeah.
So there's no like Man United fan connection like Cunha and Mbeumo was, for example.
So I think that's quite unlikely. I don't really understand what's going on with City at the moment, because obviously that £70 million bid came in for Semenyo in the summer from Spurs.
Rejected it. Should have sold him.
Which was mad that we rejected.
I don't get why you rejected 70 million quid for a player who
he's on the bench.
That's isn't a 70 million pound player.
He's not a good player. He's not good. He's not suited to the Premier League. He's not good. He was amazing in La Liga, scored like 20 goals. Very, very different league. Those type of like attacking wingers can do really well there because they're coming up against less strong, less fast defenders. Yeah. We know that the Premier League's physical. It's just too physical for him. He's just not that good, and I don't really understand why we've kept going with him. And Semenyo has proven that he can play in the Premier League. He's done it for Bournemouth. Like honestly, like I said when I first came on here, when I think City were 10 points behind, I said I know that we're going to win the league this year. If we get Semenyo in January, we'll win it quite comfortably. I think he is basically the missing piece of that puzzle, because you've got Cherky who's playing there at the moment, but like him and Foden when they link up in the middle is really nice. You've got Doku on the left, but then Semenyo on the right.
This is the question that I wanted to ask you, because we spoke about Semenyo yesterday when AGT was on, and we were talking about where does he naturally slot into best in all Premier League teams. Personally, I said Liverpool. I feel like that's like the most easy, like 1+1. Bang. They're left, like Gakpo's been terrible on the left, Salah's been terrible on the right. Semenyo is a two-footed player who can play on the left or the right. I think it's so, like, in terms of easiest kind of pick up and put in a situation, it's Liverpool. And then we went on to City, and Alex said he was different what he said to what you've just said. He was like, if you've got Cherky, Foden, Semenyo, Doku, etc., who can all play out wide, you've got, and then Bernardo Silva as well, who can as well, and then you've got basically two spaces for like 5 or 6 players. He argued, why would Semenyo go to City over Liverpool when you've got all this competition, when you could just instantly become, you know, the new number one guy?
Yeah. Other than Cherky, he's better than everybody else that you just met. Bernardo Silva, respect him, but how old is he now? Do you know what I mean? He's getting on. He's 10 times better than Doku, and he's 10 times better than Semenyo. So it's a no-brainer. He'd walk into that City team and he'd start. And then as well, he'd play so well alongside Erling Haaland, who needs loads of cross. If Semenyo's not scoring, he's going to cross in. His ball striking's fantastic. And as we said, he can play on the left and the right. And even when he's on the left, he's still super dangerous. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't lose his fear factor or any of his skill. So, yeah, I don't know what HT is saying. I can't lie. If I'm Semenyo, I'd be looking at it like, yo, Doku's good, but my end product is better than Doku. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, as I always say, right, games aren't won by step overs. You have to score.
Thank you.
Like
that's what I've been saying about Doku.
Me and Laurie argue about this all the time. I like Doku. He's fantastic, but his end product ain't there. Simple as that, right? Fantastic, technical, but that's not going to win you games.
Facts.
Scoring goals and assisting will win you games, and that's what Semenyo does. And he's shown that consistently for a while now. I know he's had a bit of a dry patch, but the whole Bournemouth team has. He's ended that now. Do you know what I mean? He's looking good. And I think
to be fair, I think we ended that for them.
But I would even say in some of the games where he's not scored, he's still looked really good. He's just been quite unlucky, maybe not to have scored or assisted. So, nah, man, he'd walk into that Man City team. Absolutely.
He walks into our team and he starts every game. And the thing is, like, we're changing so much as a football club in the way that we play football now. Hence, like the signing of Donnarumma, hence the signing of Doku. We're not that team anymore where we want like Foden and Cherky and Bernardo Silva all playing, all trying to do intricate passing. We're way more direct now. Yeah. And we've got Doku who's doing that a bit, but as you say, his end product's just still not very good. And Semenyo would just fit into that team so well, to fit into this like new modern version of City, of whatever this team is becoming, because I still don't think we're the finished article by any means. But yeah, I think he slots in really well. If I was him, honestly, and I would say this because I'm a City fan, if I was him, I would look at the title race. And I know you said that there's speculation about whether Guardiola will be there for the next couple of years, which obviously will impact him a little bit. But I would look at the title race and I would think, I will start for City. I would have the confidence to know that I'm better than Doku. I would have the confidence to know that I'm better than Semenyo. And I would think that's quite an exciting place to be, where Liverpool, they're still a bit of an unknown. Like, I think they will be fighting for the title race. I've said that the whole way through. I think they're going to regain some form. But it's a bit of an unknown. Whereas like City look a bit unstoppable at the moment. I'd be looking at it as if I was him.
Yeah, I feel like with the 3 different options, let's say we are talking about United, Liverpool and City. And the reason I'm putting United in here is because like the report's basically saying that we are going to try our absolute hardest to go. I think we'll trigger it, the release clause. But obviously, I don't know them if he actually joined. I think it depends on him. Huh?
Where does he play?
This is the thing that I don't know because I don't know what formation we're going to play.
You guys are a disgrace.
What, us? Just in general?
Like, you'll try and get him and you'll flip and put him at wing back. It's
yeah, we probably would.
Like, do you know what I mean?
But the thing is, that is as well. That's even if we keep playing with wing backs. We didn't play with wing backs against Bournemouth, and then Ahmad's gone, and Brumo's gone to AFCON. I really reckon, and I really hope against Villa, we just play a flat back 4. You play a flat back 4, and then you've got Bruno, Mainoo, Cunha, Mount, and I don't know, like Šeško or whatever up top. Like
if Mainoo's still there.
Yeah, if that's to be fair, yeah, that's if Mainoo is still there. But I can see a place in him, like for him in the team, and admittedly, if Ruben Amorim's been going about wanting another Ramad, blah blah blah, that would be Semenyo. Mm-hmm. But the challenge of trying to explain to Semenyo that this is his best option, I can't see. It's an uphill battle trying to convince Semenyo that we're the best place for him because we're in.
And you're just not.
We're a mess.
Well, you're
still.
not. You're just not.
We are organised
and as well,
chaos.
You've got a manager like I know you're saying like.
I don't think we are either.
You're saying like, oh, we're maybe going to change, but you've got a manager that said almost every week, I'm not changing my system. It's not my system. It's this. It's this. Do you know what I mean? So he might even change for a short period of time because of AFCON. I mean, not having Majari, Ahmad, and Mbeumo is massive for you lot, but he's someone that's basically showed already. I'm not going to change my system, even if we're getting slapped up, even if I'm only going to win one game.
There's a bit of a caveat to that. So, I think we actually could continue if we do have this new kind of more back 4 system and it works. He will keep it. But what he's always said, he's not just said I'm not going to change the system. He's always said I'm not going to change the system unless I think it's the best for the team. That's where I've had the gripe because I'm like, how do you not see that it's better for the team?
Yeah.
That's where my gripe's always been. It's not been that he's not just gone, I am never changing. He's always gone, I'm only going to change if I wake up one day and I feel that is on a quote. Literally said, if I wake up one day and feel like it's I do agree. That's where I've had my gripe with it. But he has changed it, at least for that Bournemouth game. And the way I assessed that Bournemouth game was it made us much better in attack and our defence. If our best defenders do actually come back and they're fit, like De Ligt, Mazraoui, etc., then I reckon we don't concede 4 in that game.
You almost played like a 2 in midfield though. In that game. You still kind of played like a 2 in midfield.
We kind of did, but then Dalot popped up at DM. Yeah. So it was really weird.
If you played the 3 in that game, it'd be much different. Because when I was watching it, anyways, I was like, both of these teams ain't got no midfield. Fam.
Because we played with the 2 in midfield. It's a fantastic game.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I loved it.
It was we played with a 2 in midfield, and then Ahmad, if you look at his average position, was basically playing as an 8 effectively. Yeah. So we kind of had a bit of a 3. And in the second half, when we were going for the winner, like with the equaliser, and obviously I know they scored and we're trying to go for the winner, Dalot was basically playing at DM. And then Mainoo and Bruno were ahead of him. So it was like 2 midfielders. Yeah, it was really bizarre. It was like we had 2 midfielders playing in midfield and then like another body would join them. But that could either be from left back, from right back, from striker, from centre back.
To be honest, we kind of do that though. Calafiori does that.
Calafiori does do it. It's common in the Prem.
Sometimes he's in left 8 or he's in flipping, DM or he's on the penalty spot. It's just
I think that was a tweak just for that one game, though. I don't think he's going to change his philosophy.
It'll be a tweak for the next few weeks at the very least.
Yeah,
because we don't have 5 defenders, 3 defenders. Like we don't have any wing backs in our squad now. Like we have fullbacks and defenders, and he won't play 2 fullbacks as wing backs anymore.
Was anyone a natural wing back in your squad?
Well, Ahmad kind of is.
But he's not.
No, Ahmad's a winger, but I mean in the way of if you were to
when I say natural left back, like that is their. So like, if you
talking about Victor Moses type?
Yeah, if you ask me like a Nuno Tavares, he's a wing back. If you ask him about Frimpong, he's a wing back to me. He's
the way that I think Amorim wants to see it is, if you were to say to him, build your ideal profile for wing back, it would come out close to Ahmad. Yeah. It's a winger with a sick work rate, which is why he loves Semenyo. Semenyo's a sick winger with a fantastic work rate. He's so damn good, like up and down the field. Like you learn that at clubs like Bournemouth. You can't survive without a fantastic work rate, which is why Amorim loves him and sees it. Like, they went out for dinner in the summer, the two of them apparently.
Really?
Yeah, they met for dinner and everything, which is why we were like actually low-key quite close to that transfer. But beyond that, as a club, we're in the best position to sign him because we had that talk. We've had these talks with him for ages. We're prepared to pay the fee. We're the club that have not the least uncertainty, but in the way of like directly for him, it's like he's like, okay, is Pep staying or not? You got to tell me. Is Salah going or not? You got to tell me. We're just like, no, we already want you here. There's no contingencies.
Yeah.
But we're the club that would probably need so much more convincing to him. We'd have to lay out the damn red carpet to get him in.
Yeah.
Even if that means a better wage package.
Yeah,
we do.
The name, and that's why people
it's kind of fading.
Yeah. But I do think Kim was right earlier where he was saying, like, when you're maybe a player that plays in this league and maybe, like, Anton Semenyo, although he's Ghanaian international, he was born here, like, he's raised in the UK.
He's born in Chelsea, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's probably looked at it like the United factor that maybe a Benjamin Sesko had is very different for him. Like, it's like, it's a big club, but... You know, going to City or Liverpool is more advantageous for my career. Like, how old is he? 25 maybe?
25.
Yeah, he's probably
just turned
thinking
25.
It's more advantageous for me. Like, Man United in a bit of a weird place. Not even guaranteed you're going to get Europe or not. Like, you're not really sure what your direction is. Whereas I know Liverpool haven't started their season well, but you know they're a big club. You know they're going to be in the Champions League every season. You know they're going to win something every season. Same with City. So it's kind of like... It's a bit of a no-brainer.
Also, respectfully, like, I know people say it a lot, but it is just true. I mean, apart from Bruno Fernandes, in the last 10 years, who's joined United and got better?
Yeah, no, not many players.
I can't think of anyone. Like, some have sustained the level, but the vast majority have got worse. I would be worried.
I think that's kind of down. I'd put a lot of that down to just our recruitment being trash. Like, because we also buy players who weren't going to make it, like Anthony.
I think when you bought the players, there was always excitement. I think everyone else in the league thought, they're good signings for the vast majority of them.
No. If you go through our transfers in the last 10 years,
they're stinky.
You reckon?
I saw
they all
I saw a tweet the other
a
day.
lot of our signings under Eric Ten Hag were terrible recruitment.
I know,
and until the new recruitment team came in, when we were signing De Ligt, Mazwari, Euro, etc., those are actually good. Bar Ugarte, which might be one of the worst of the bunch.
But even some of those are a bit of a risk. Like De Ligt, he's not really being great at all of it. He's been at a lot of big clubs, but he's never really lit it up.
Nice.
Using that word. No pun intended. He's not really like done the bits like. So it is still a bit of a risk. Lenny Euro is still young, but he was
I
a
think
coveted,
they were
really
more calculated risks.
Yeah, it was like fair enough. We'll take it. Mazraoui, I think Mazraoui's been alright.
Mazraoui's been an amazing signing for 12.5 million, 12.8 million. It was
player.
Fantastic, great player. 12.8, probably best value for money signing we've done.
That's what Jorginho was.
Yeah, man, one of our best value transfers in the last 10 years. Maz is when you consider the fact that he was like under 15 million quid.
I saw a tweet. I forgot what United account tweeted it. How Ollie wanted Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, I think
and
that
Haaland,
was
and they
us.
ended up getting like Donny van der Beek, who else?
Sancho,
Sancho.
and 36-year-old Ronaldo.
I was dying.
Some day in the future, a documentary is going to come out about Donny van der Beek because something is amiss there.
Do you guys know how much we sold him for? Do you want to know how much we sold him for? Do you guys know?
No.
To Girona, 500k.
Wow.
It was a deal. It was 500k plus 13 million in add-ons. The weirdest transfer.
That is insane.
Really weird transfer, and then he didn't work there. I don't think. I think we only got 500k for him
Something happened there
after buying him for about 36 mil from Ajax.
I'm pretty sure he's married to Dennis Bergkamp's daughter.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But this is what I mean. I feel like with our recruitment, I think a lot of you are right, and a lot of them have failed. A lot of them have come in and it's not worked. But it's down to us not doing it right. Okay, I'll give it on Andre Onana, right? We signed him. He was fantastic at Inter Milan, best goalkeeper in the Champions League final, all that. And at Ajax, he was good, and then he had that season-long ban or something for stuff. And then we signed him so Eric Ten Hag could play a new way of football, play that way of football for 2 games. Mount got injured, and then we reverted back to the old way of football from last season with a goalkeeper that it didn't suit. And it's like, that's where we're going wrong. So we made Andre Onana look worse because we signed him and put him in a different position that he would never excel in. And like Jadon Sancho, for example, we signed him to be a right winger. when he was always best on the left wing. And it's like, yeah, of course he's not going to play as well because you've got Marcus Rashford in the left wing position, Anthony Martial, Paul Pogba, Jadon Sancho, all players who like to play off the left, on the inside of the left, and then you're shoving in them on the right wing. So it's like, I think we recruited badly, which make players worse, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to disagree.
But now I trust our recruitment so much more.
If you're Semenyo,
because we signed better players in the last 18 months than we have in the previous 10.
I think
big time.
I think Sesko and Buemo Cunha's all good signings. Ugarte, absolutely not.
No, but our hit rate, like no club is going to have a 100% hit rate.
Yeah, true.
Like you brought in Semenyo, that's not worked.
No.
Yeah.
It's
Mateus Nunes is a bit of a question mark.
Bit of a question mark. Don't know why we bought him.
Yeah.
But he's been fine.
Yeah, but like no
holding
club
it
has a 100% hit rate, but our hit rate has got 3-4 times
Your
better
hit
since
rate
our
is
new
low.
recruitment team came in. That's what I mean. Is I trust them more now. All 4 of our signings last summer, I think, fantastic signings.
If you're Semenyo though, just quickly going back to him, I will accept it even as a City fan. I think obviously like a lot of the tropes that get thrown around are nonsense, but I will accept that Liverpool have a better tradition than City as a football club. They're a bigger football club. That's fine. But like, if you're looking at Liverpool and City, why would you go to Liverpool now? Because let's say Pep is staying, which I think he will stay. I think he'll stay for at least another couple more years. Like, Slot doesn't really have a history yet of making players much better. City aren't going to pay any less money than Liverpool. We're probably more likely to win trophies. Like, apart from tradition and history, which I can't imagine that he's that bothered about. What do you think? Because I'm not saying that he wouldn't. Yeah. I'm just trying to understand that. What do you think? Why would someone make the choice of Liverpool over City
you go
now?
first.
I would say it's really strange because I hear what you're saying, but I know I'd said he would start obviously over your winging options, but Pep has shown that he's someone where he tinkers a lot. Like he'll get someone in and he's like, "Nah, I've changed my mind. I'm getting somebody else." Do you know what I mean? He doesn't have a grace period. He's like, you know, I think when Cherky did that, like Raboni, he's like, instead of just being like, yeah, that was sick, he was like, nah, he ain't Messi. Like, don't want to hear that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I feel like if Semenyo was to go to Liverpool, obviously Mo Salah's looking like he's gonna leave sometime soon. Do you know what I mean? We don't know how it's gonna end, but probably quite soon, probably at the end of the season. He would be starting on that right wing from moment one. He would be probably the new guy that they tried to build around and build relationships around.
But would you,
and
though,
like,
when they've just bought Wirtz and Isak?
I do think so, though.
But
he would be the new kind of gravitational pull in that front line. Do you get it? Because he'd be the new right winger.
I feel like
you're kind of coming in like you're coming in to succeed.
Well,
Mo Salah,
taking over the best.
I feel like the allure of succeeding. So like if you go to a club, the reason people come to United at the moment is because they're like, you know, the allure of being the guy who can get them back to the top is like you get immortalized in United history. Let's say Cunha and Mbeumo, right? Let's say it all works out, it looks better and everything. Those two, let's say we end up lifting a Prem title with them or something, they become immortalized in Manchester United history, which is like one of the pinnacles of world football, right? Like you can't get much better than that. With Liverpool and Semenyo and stuff, if you can go to Liverpool and be a successor to Mo Salah and actually be a successor to Mo Salah, then you're one of the biggest in Liverpool. Whereas with City, I don't think you can get the same thing.
I think
you can get you can go to City and be one of the best ever players. Obviously, and like not say anyone can, but like you can in the way that like Haaland's doing that. Now you've got De Bruyne is obviously one of your best ever players. Then before that, it's David Silva, Aguero, etc. But at City, I feel like because you have Haaland, you can't maybe be the absolute main guy. Whereas at Liverpool, Semenyo could become the main guy that Salah was.
Probably wouldn't either. I get what you mean. I think with City, a player who's won the league with City seems somehow less impressive than a player who's won the league at Liverpool, probably just because we've won so many in the last 10 years. So like no one really, like apart from me, like no one really considers like Fabian Delph like a very good footballer, but he was part of the Centurions team. Yeah. But no one really talks about it. And I think
when he was at left back.
Yeah, when he was at left back, he was unbelievable.
He did the whole season at left
back.
And
I think that's just perception rather than reality. But I know I can understand what you're saying. Maybe that is what Semenyo's thinking.
But that's what I'm talking about. Is because perception
is reality.
It exists in football,
and
it's a thing that players will consider.
Yeah.
It's why people still join United.
Players have got their own targets as well. Like imagine Anton Semenyo saying, "Right, one day I'd like every footballer probably dreams of winning the Ballon d'Or or being in that top 10." Let's say you go to Man City, you play really well, but you play next to Erling Haaland, who's going to score almost every goal. Your opportunity of maybe winning that would be much lower compared to maybe playing at Liverpool, where you score, where you have potentially a Mo Salah season and you win the league and maybe win the Champions League. Yeah, people will look at it and be like, wow, this guy's a right winger. He was bought from Bournemouth. You know, he's come in amongst all these other big signings and he's done really well. So there is perceptions in that. Players have their own things that they want to win and achieve, and I kind of hear it. Like
Yeet in the comment section says, Yeet in the comment section says Dylan is single-handedly carrying the DR Sports channel. All by himself. It's not just me. It's Kim and it's Kenya and it's everyone else. But thank you so much. And also everyone, if you're over on Samsung TV or Facebook as well, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. But some news that's come out recently, if we move on for the Semenyo thing, is that Man City and Bayern Munich have registered an interest in Josh Achimpong, although Chelsea are not planning or wishing to sanction an exit. What would you make of that, Kim?
You guys actually need a centre-back, man. John Stones is always
because I rate Josh Achimpong a lot. He's really damn good. I don't know why he's not starting for Chelsea at centre-back.
I don't know.
Over the likes of like Tosin and stuff.
Chelsea's a weird,
Yeah, Maresca's, we can get on to the Maresca thing a little bit later if you want. But
he's homegrown as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I think we do need centre-backs, I think. But then we've also bought Kusanov. We've also got, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Achimpong is 19, by the way.
He's 19.
Yeah, so just for some added context.
But we've got this Victor Hayes guy who's on loan at Girona, who's apparently having an unbelievable season. Okay. We only bought him last year. That was like 30 mil. Kanji's at Inter, but he's finito, I think. And I think to buy another young centre-back when we've just bought Kusanov and Hayes probably doesn't really make that much sense. And if he's not starting for Chelsea, I don't feel like super confident about it. It's not one that I would like. I'm not jumping down about.
We start at right back for Chelsea for some reason occasionally. So I don't know, it might be the versatility. I could get it.
I think
if
he
you were then
started his
also
career
brought in
as a
a
right
new
back.
first choice.
Like
centre back.
Yeah, I think it just depends on what.
Because you need a Stones replacement still.
Yeah, John Stones is always in.
I think you do. Like you need a new John Stones.
So sad.
Who can flip? Yeah.
John Stones is good. I like John Stones.
But do you remember that period where Pep started playing in DM and he's smashing it?
Bro, he got man of the match in the Champions League final in DM.
I know. Like a couple of seasons ago, that was crazy.
Second most dribbles in the Champions League final after Messi.
Yeah.
What? He's a joke.
John Stones is fantastic.
Disrespected guy.
No, I think he's so damn good. Like that like Maguire Stones partnership for England was like a few seasons ago. That was fantastic.
Now we're on it actually, because I do want to speak about John Stones because I think he's madly underrated. People don't realise how good he is, basically because he made one mistake for England in like 2016 and it was all over the papers, and now everyone's perception of John Stones is that John Stones, you put anyone next to him, you put Ruben Diaz next to him, Ruben Diaz wins Player of the Year. He wasn't better than John Stones in any way, shape or form. You put Harry Maguire, who started like 3 games for United in like a 2-year period. When he was playing for England, he was unbelievable because he was next to Stones. Honestly, I think he's like so slept on.
I like John Stones.
He'd be in my top 5 centre-backs of the Premier League of all time.
You really think so?
He's our best defender in my opinion.
Like so we're going. What we got? Rio Vidic, Terry, John Stones, and
I would genuinely put.
him that high
because football has moved on, and he's the pioneer of the new centre back. He is that guy. Also, when we won the treble, he was playing at right back and midfield.
He's good, but he's not top 5 Premier League centre backs of all time for me.
He's up there for me. I think he's our best centre back. I really do genuinely believe that, and I know I'm in the minority, and I'm fine with that, but.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean,
I'm glad I got my moment to speak about Stones because I love that guy.
Yeah, man. We have every opinion here on DR Sports. But someone else who's going to have some opinions is Alys.
Yeah, big up.
Alys, she's going to have some opinions. So we're going to bring Alys to the stage for a few minutes because obviously there are some games. We're going to get onto the Kobbie Main news soon as well because the Kobbie Main stuff today has been bizarre. But Alys, come here. There you go. She's ready. So what we've got is we've got some games up. On either side,
Alys.
United game and Villa game and co. We're going to get Alys on the table. I'm going to give you guys some treats actually as well. So there's going to be a treat put on either side of the table. And obviously, whichever side she goes to is the team she feels is going to win the league. So what are the 4 games we've got?
League games.
Sorry, win the games, yeah.
We've got
what are the 4 games
United
we've got?
Villa.
We've got the United Villa game. We've got the Newcastle Chelsea game.
Yeah. Which game you want to do first? Should we do Newcastle Chelsea first?
Newcastle Chelsea is 12:30 kickoff.
I've got Newcastle. Boom.
Right. She's looking so patiently at me. So, right, Kim, 2, 3. So here's 4 treats for you.
This is so
Keep them in your hand, and 4 for you. And then, right, Alys, come here.
Oh, she's coming to me.
Getting on the table.
She is coming to me.
You better have Arsenal over there. I'm not even joking.
Right, Alys. Hold on, because she knows you got the treats. Alice, come here. Alice, look here. Right, so as I'm here with her, put treats in front of your two things. Alice, no, wait, not yet. Alice, come here.
We're cooked.
Come here, Alice.
Yeah, we're finito.
Alice, come here. Here you go. Right, now put them down. Right, Alice, I'm gonna need you to pick. No, look at me. One of Chelsea or Newcastle, okay? Yep. Go. And she's picked Chelsea to score win away against Newcastle.
Alice is a true Londoner.
Huh? She is. She's born and raised London.
Right,
so first one, that win goes to Chelsea. Next one, Alice, come back.
Right, I've got Man United here. Do United Villa?
Should we do United Villa next?
Oh, yeah. Let me get that out.
Tough
Right.
game.
I know. They've won.
Is that at Villa?
Is that at Villa Park? Sit.
Tough game.
Right, put them out.
Let me just hold it.
Right, Alice, you're going to pick Man United, yeah? Oh, no. Okay.
Oh.
No, she's gone for Aston Villa.
Alice said no.
This is actually, you know what? And then while we're setting this up, also, what are you
Alice
potentially
is a
rating John Stones over Vincent Kompany?
As
Because just one of the comments has mentioned it.
Yeah.
Alice, you're not going to have that. Right.
John
What?
Stones
Alice,
is
come back here.
amazing,
See,
but
this is what
Uncle Soulmate.
This is the comments I don't like when people go.
Have we
what
got-
Stones, not Diaz?
What other game have you got there? We've
I've
not done
got
yet.
Everton and I've got Spurs.
Right. So, Spurs, Liverpool,
Arsenal.
of course.
I'll go Arsenal.
Oh, we'll go
got
Arsenal next. Okay. Yeah.
Alice is-
Arsenal, Everton. So
Alice,
Everton versus Arsenal. Alice.
Pretend you have never seen
Alice,
me
come
in
here.
your life.
Alice, bro. Alice, come here. Look, I've got it right here. Got it. Right. Okay. Come here in the middle.
No, but she's like looking this way.
I know, Alice. You're gonna have to move in the middle. Sit, Alice, sit. This isn't gonna work.
Oh, this
She's
ain't
gonna go.
She's
Everton.
definitely going
Right.
Everton, bro.
Have you got the treats out?
Yeah, it's out.
Alice, do a 360.
Alice.
No!
Oh! Look,
Alice, if
there's
we
nothing I
lose,
can do
I'm
about
turning
it,
you
bro.
into a pair of Ugg boots, fam. I don't even care, bro. This is not
Last
happening.
one. All right, last one. Spurs versus Liverpool. By the way, with a big watch along coming on DR Sports tomorrow,
Yes.
Spurs versus Liverpool. It should be very, very good fun. Make sure you watch out for that. Alice, come here. Alice, bro, come here. Last one. Come all the way over here.
Bro, she's gonna be so full after this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where are you going? Yeah. Alice, you've done this many times. Here, look. Okay.
Alice ain't.
Right.
No, but Dylan.
She's terrible at this.
She's literally staring at me.
Yeah, but there's nothing I can do about
Alice.
that. Hey, Alice.
Alice. Wait, let me stop. You chat to her.
Right, there we go.
Right, Alice. Liverpool or Spurs? And she's going Spurs.
Alice, come on.
Man,
This
some
is
good games this weekend.
There's some really good
really
games
good
this weekend.
this weekend.
Yeah.
What's the last one?
And then on Boxing Day, we've got one game, and it's United versus Newcastle, which is really bizarre.
Really?
Yeah, that's the only game on Boxing Day.
Oh, that's perfect.
That is
Yeah,
one of
but
the
and
worst
it's
things
8
in the
PM.
world, by the way, taking away Boxing
Yeah, I
Day.
know.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
an absolute disgrace.
I actually agree with
I
that.
can't believe they've done that.
Alice, come on.
Alice,
Down you go.
we better get 3 points, fam. Otherwise, you're not coming back.
Hey, I think pretty sure she predicted Villa to win, didn't she? A few weeks ago. Well, like, it was an Arsenal. Oh no, it was the Arsenal-Chelsea game. She predicted Chelsea to win, and then Robbie was fuming, and it was 1-1 draw in the end. But Chelsea were the better side.
Yeah.
So she might have a bit of ball knowledge to her.
Okay, nice.
Might
Might
have a bit of knowledge to her.
I need Alice to part.
But we're gonna get on to to some of the games in a second. But I also just want to speak about, because the other news that's come out today. The big news is the Kobbie Main news.
Yeah.
So obviously everyone knows
already,
the
bring.
state of play with Kobbie Main, isn't
How much
it?
you want? You got
Um,
money. How much you want?
250, please.
Nah, you're not getting that.
Priceless. Honestly, no. For me,
I think he wants to stay in
for
Manchester.
me,
Cheeky 70.
priceless.
Cheeky 70.
Kobbie is at
Cheeky
70 would get accepted by the club. I know they would.
Bring.
But basically, so the latest on
Declan
Kobbie
Rice
Mainoo is that obviously, so we all saw the free Kobbie Mainoo stuff with his brother and
Yeah.
everything. And then so just on that, basically Ruben Amorim's today, he had his press conference, which I think, to be fair, I think Bruno's press conference, he handled it very well today. He basically just said, Mainoo wasn't wearing the T-shirt, so I don't care.
Yeah.
He said it's going to have he said, I'm not going to start him because of the
not gonna
T-shirt.
bench him.
I'm not going to bench him. I'm not going to get rid of him. No punishment, nothing. And as long as he actually sticks to that, then I think 100% correct response.
Yeah, agreed.
There's like, whether Mainoo knew about it or instigated it or here and there is a different topic completely. But as far as Amorim's gone, he's gone, I do not care.
Yeah.
Basically, which is, I think, the right way to deal with this. Because I was a bit worried that he might use it as an excuse to go, you know what,
Plus,
you're out, you're done.
The reality is, it's a lot of he said, she said. So, like, there's no actual proof that Kobbie told his brother, wear that T-shirt. And there's no, do you know what I mean? There's no proof to say there is and there isn't. So, I think Ruben Amorim's done the right thing by just saying, yeah, like, we forget about it, we move on. At the end of the day, Kobbie didn't wear the T-shirt himself. I just have to move on. Like, naturally, when you have footballers, their family members talk a lot. Like, look at Paul Pogba, look at Garnacho, whose brother's always putting out flipping tweets. You know what I mean? Even Marcus Rashford's brother, to some extent, talking to you.
Because his brother was also his agent as well. With
so
Rashford.
there's no way Kobbie Main didn't know that.
He definitely.
I mean, him and his brother hang out all the time.
Initially, I was on the camp of, I was like, I really don't. I think it might have been like a paid thing, blah blah blah. And I think to a certain extent it could have been because the guy who made so we tweeted about the shirt obviously on United District. And afterwards, its comments were flooded with link to buy here. So I think to a certain extent, there's a publicity stunt level to this. And I think Jordan and Mainoo, they're friends with the guy who made the initial T-shirt, or was like, because before the game as well, earlier on that day, it was all over my Instagram ads. Really? I saw that T-shirt like 5 times on Instagram just before the game. So, but I can't help but think that there's a certain level of publicity, money stunt here to it. But then also, the more I thought about it, Mainoo would have known and basically maybe gone plausible deniability. You do you. I'm going to sit here. I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. When you can think what you think about that. But yeah.
The Mainoo thing is a weird one though, because I try and watch Man United as little as possible because
we're the most entertaining team in the league, mate.
Because I hate Man United.
For better or for worse.
Because I hate United. But anyone looking from the outside in, I can't fathom why he doesn't play more. What? Is it just...
But it boils down to the fact that Amrim doesn't think he can cover enough ground.
Yeah.
That literally...
Also, it's a thing of like...
He just doesn't run enough.
I don't think it's he doesn't run enough, it's that he can't run enough.
Yeah.
Mainoo's not he's not a pace and power and... He's a graceful player.
Do you think he should be starting? Do you think he should be starting?
I think he should have got at least a few more starts than he's deserved.
But you think... So then you think that he's a bench player? You think he's a squad player?
I understand the logic of why he's not starting, but I don't understand the logic of why he's not started 18 games in a row. I know it's due to... So the one start he's had this season was against Grimsby, and he was by far the best player on the pitch. He was the only United player who actually stood his ground, despite how terrible we were. Yeah, our games are ridiculous.
I love watching them.
It's been like this for 13 months under Amorim.
So much joy.
We've had the Lyon game, which was amazing for viewers in a good way for us. We've got the Bournemouth game that was stupid. We've got we're losing left, right, and centre. We're beating Liverpool for the first time in 10 years at Anfield. We're going to you with 10 men and we're beating you on pens.
Are you enjoying it a bit this year?
No.
Really?
I want to see. I want to see some stability before I see chaotic games.
Yeah.
I don't mind chaotic games like that Bournemouth game. Honestly, I don't mind it because I saw us score 4 goals. It was cool. It was awesome. Big saves from our goalkeeper in the 93rd minute. But it's like that every week, and we're conceding every single week. We're on course to score 70 goals in the Premier League for only the second time since Alex Ferguson retired. Goals, I'm not worried about.
I'm being serious. Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty mad, to be fair.
We've only scored 70 goals in the league once, and it was Solskjaer's first full season. Yeah. Like, goals-wise, I even though Mbeumo's gone and Ahmad's gone to AFCON, I'm not too worried about scoring goals, because our next 4 games are it's Villa away, Newcastle at home, Wolves at home, and Leeds away. Bar the Villa game, I think we can grab goals here. There's potential for 10, 12 goals in these 4 games. Really think there is. I don't mind that. It's the conceding goals. It's we score 4 against Bournemouth, and then we also concede 4 against Bournemouth, who haven't won in 6.
What's your goal difference?
4.
But your goal difference is always
our goal difference is 1.
Always. It's always
every single
goal
time.
Difference in the 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 4.
It could even be higher.
Arsenal is 20, City's 22, Chelsea are 12. We're 4.
Oh my days.
Palace 5, Villa 8.
We're not even locked in yet.
Innit? Yeah, it's we got the same goal difference as Spurs.
You guys, to be honest, you guys are cut from the same cloth.
We are.
Similar club.
You guys are similar.
As soon as we finally sort out our attack, scoring 4. We scored 4 in our last 2 games. 4 against Wolves and 4 against Bournemouth, and we lose all our good defenders either to AFCON or to injury. Maguire's been good for us when he's played his last game against Spurs. We locked him for 70 minutes. He came off with a hamstring injury and we collapsed.
Yeah.
Maguire's been good for us this season. De Ligt's been one of our best players this season. Mazraoui, when fit, he's fantastic, and they're all gone. So as soon as we sort out our attack, our defence collapses. It just annoys me.
You guys actually have decent depth, but you just have injuries.
It's just stupid. But the thing, just to stay on Mainoo, the thing I wanted to talk about is it was a Daily Mail report came out this morning. Chris Wheeler, who you can think what you like about Daily Mail and stuff, but he doesn't necessarily get things wrong too
I don't
much.
think
So Kobbie Main's relationship with United or with Amorim is now at quote unquote breaking point. He sees no future for him at Old Trafford under Ruben Amorim and will consider a permanent exit in January. Napoli are still the front of the queue for Mainoo, and there's a growing optimism in Italy that Conte will get his man. Mainoo feels that he has been left with little option but to seek a fresh start, even though it was always his intention to make it as a United player, and he's continued to train well despite the lack of regular football. Ruben Amorim has reiterated to Kobbie Main in private that he is in direct competition with captain Bruno Fernandes for replacing the team. And then some further stuff on his contract. So when it emerged that Mainoo could leave United at the start of 2025, so it was when he started getting linked to Chelsea and stuff, the core issue was a stalemate in contract talks. The player felt unhappy that his salary didn't reflect his growing status, because he's on about 20 grand a week. Whereas other players like Ahmad are on 100, etc. Where United were tempted by the prospect of making maximum profit under PSR rules, because PSR, etc., by homegrown talent. Mainoo then lowered his personal demands to try and get a contract, but then no offer was forthcoming.
Why is everything such a circus at your club? Why can't a player just be on the bench a bit and then just get bought? Like, everything just has to be like this massive hullabaloo all the time. It's like Mainoo just isn't in favour with the manager. Fine. He's in direct competition with your best player, fine. He wants to go and play some more football, fine. Happens at every single club, every single transfer window. Yeah. But with you guys, it's always like his brother's wearing a T-shirt.
Or it's like Garnacho's brother's on live stream doing this, or Garnacho's doing, he will cry onto a piece of paper and post it on Instagram.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
Rashford's having a scrap with everyone. Jadon Sancho hates. It's just why can't things just be normal over there?
No, there's not been a normal day at my club for years.
I think the communication in your club is not good, and I also think it doesn't help that you have a manager who 9 times out of 10 doesn't speak well in press conferences. So one thing I always admired about Thomas Tuchel, he's a fantastic speaker. He communicates how he feels very well, but usually in a very professional way. And I just watch Amorim's press conferences, and he just gets rattled at the easiest of questions.
He does.
So
if I'm a player, it's just why would I even take what my manager's saying for word when he's getting wound up by the Sun journalist, for example? Do you know what I mean? I kind of understand, although it's not right, I kind of understand why a lot of the players at your club take the most dramatic exits. Because it's you have a board that doesn't really function. You have owners that are so disconnected from your club. Ineos have come in, but it's been a very rocky start. The mood around the club isn't the greatest. There's such a disconnect. I actually understand why a Garnacho or a Rashford or I don't know who else does all these kind of weird stunts to almost force a move or to leave.
To a certain extent, you guys are right. The last 5-10 years of the club has just been ridiculous. There's always something ridiculous happening in the background at United. Be that the takeover stuff, be that us giving Erik ten Hag a 1-year extension while simultaneously interviewing new people for his job, be that the Garnacho, Rashford stuff, be that previously the Paul Pogba stuff, everything like that. But this might be a slightly unpopular opinion or controversial, but I do actually think to a certain extent we are starting to detox. And I think part of what's happening now, I'm not saying Mainoo specifically, but in general the last 18 months, is that when you detox, the first thing that happens is a load of just stuff comes out. I'm saying the clubs out with anyone, I do think, because I think about the number of players now in our squad that can quote unquote cause problems compared to 3 or 4 years ago, it's very few players. Our core players now are you can argue about how good they are and if they deserve on a playing status to be there for United, but in terms of mentality, etc., a lot of them are a lot better. You've got players even new signings like Mazwari, De Ligt, but you've then got players like Dalot, Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, Cunha and Mbumo, these new signings, etc. Most of these guys, even the younger ones now that we're bringing in, Aiden Heaven, Lenny Yoro and things, and the ones on loan at Harry Amas, I do think they're more solid and grounded players and people. So in a couple years' time, which is what I think what Amorim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe they're all trying to do, is in a few times, to a certain extent, yes, and then you might be able to argue that maybe because they're at a club that maybe they shouldn't be at, if United were competing for these guys wouldn't be there. But I do think to a certain level we are detoxing, but it's just the Mainoo thing is insane because it all comes from him not playing. All he wants to do in life is play football.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's because we've got one game a week. So we got knocked out to Grimsby and lost to the worst Spurs team ever.
It's an entitlement though as well.
This is what Amram
to play.
So this is something that Amram said word for word. He used the word entitlement in the press conference today, and it's caused a bit of chaos here and there. He basically said he thinks that some players in the club, or like in general players that have been at United, have had a certain level of entitlement where, you know, they feel like they deserve to start, or they deserve a debut, they deserve a here, there, and there. Because in response to the Amas and Cheeto quotes from last week,
so funny,
which was really weird. It was really weird. But he kind of said there is a certain level of, at United, some people, and I think he was just saying it vague rather than like pointed, feel they're entitled to a debut or a start or a thing. And it's like, nah, every day you've got to come in, and every day you've got to prove that you're going to be there tomorrow.
Should have just stayed at Arsenal like Arsenal fans told him to.
He's a United fan. What can you do?
Yeah, but he would have actually had opportunities.
He would probably have started a few games.
Probably would have started.
I also do think to a certain level, I actually think he's not quite ready for senior football. He's still lanky. He's all right, but he
needs
like
more. But when he was it in Europa or it was in one of your cup games? A couple of cup games he played.
Cup game against Fulham, he came on for half an hour. He's brilliant,
and he looked really good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this kid's got potential. He just needs to play more
games.
But
this season, we moved him up to the under-21s, where you start playing against like League 2 teams, League 1 teams regularly, and then he got a 6-week injury. He's only just come back, so he's actually just been injured. Yeah, and we got no games. We got no games. And in the FA Cup, it's Brighton. It's not even like we've got an easy game where we can throw some players on.
Brighton,
yeah. Ronnie says, for me, Garnacho is the definition of being entitled. Yeah, we gave Garnacho 39 league starts in a row. And so obviously when he started getting benched a couple games, he just like threw his hands out the chair and we were like, you know what, get rid.
Garnacho's a
weird case.
Is a certain character.
The Mainoo thing just annoys me because I do feel like he's kind of innocent in a lot of this.
Yeah, I feel like...
T-shirt stuff aside.
T-shirt
stuff aside, I think he's been caught up.
I understand his frustration because if I'm Kobbie, right, and you said earlier that apparently Kobbie's still training really well, like, do you know what I mean?
He's showing every day.
He's showing all the effort in training. Like he's actually been very professional. He's not come out with any statements or anything like that, which a lot of other players have before. And I'm just like, imagine you're playing, and I know it's not been recent. Imagine see like Ugarte come on ahead of you. Like my head would be on Mars.
That's the thing is Mainoo is our third choice midfielder. But it's unfortunate that the other two in front of him are dead nailed on starters. The club captain, who's missed one game through injury in his like career at United, and then Casemiro, who's our only DM.
Yeah.
Realistically, they are two immovable, concreted in the starting 11 players. So I get why he's not playing, but I find it really frustrating because I think he's utterly incredible.
Yeah.
And for 18 months, he's barely played.
My thing is just like, I understand you guys have this system, but the system so far hasn't shown any real positives. That's the issue. So if you were playing the system and you was winning games quite frequently, and you know you was winning 3 in a row quite frequently, that guy could flip and cut his hair and all that stuff. Like if you guys were actually performing well under the system, people would say, you know what, I understand why Kobbie's on the bench because Amram's come and he's implemented the system, and you know what, it's working. It's working really well. But people are watching the system, and it's just like no one's getting better. It's the same as before. Bruno or nothing, essentially. You've added a few people up front that've got the quality, but even so, someone like Cunha needs to be doing a bit more. Really, Sesko's been out injured, and Mbuemo's done really well, but he's going to be out now for AFCON. Like, I'm looking at the system like.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You're not getting the result.
You're right, because like sometimes you compromise a little bit.
Yeah,
but there's some good that comes from it, but it's just not going to happen. And he's not going to compromise, and he will just get sacked, and there'll be a new manager through the door within the next like 6 months.
I'm getting flamed on Twitter at the moment for it.
I genuinely think you guys are wasting time. Yeah, like you guys are. I'm telling you as someone that sat here and watched, you know, my manager's been through this phase. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't waste time with someone where it's not working. One thing I can say about Arteta, when he came in, he looked at our team and said, this team's dead.
Yeah.
So half of you, man, got to go. Simple as that. Tore up contracts. You guys aren't good enough to play a back 4. I'm playing a back 5. We win the FA Cup winner by playing a back 5. He adapted and changed the way he did because he knew right now, Arsenal are a sleeping giant. We can't attract the players that we want. So we're going to have to change our system. We're going to have to change the way that we play. It's going to be negative. And there was games, I remember when we played Spurs, this is when Jose was there. And Jose came out. They beat us, but Jose came out afterwards and said, I see what this guy's doing. They have to stick with him. And I'm like, I don't watch United games and see that with Man United, where I'm like, you know what, they're developing slowly. Maybe they've just missed out a bit in this game. I'm watching your games and I'm like, you deserve to draw to the West Hams and to the Bournemouths.
He's not even a bad manager, and it's not even a bad system. It just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work, and that's fine.
As much flame as I give Amorim, and personally I think justified, I'm also I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the next 6 weeks. Because if he does do some changes, if we go to Villa and we actually play a flat back four and we use fullbacks and stuff, I'm going to be like, okay, you know what? I'm interested. Because I'm convinced that
it won't stick, and I'll tell you why it won't stick. And we'll know it anyway. But like a few weeks ago, I went up to Liverpool to interview Gareth Taylor, who's the Liverpool women's boss.
Yeah.
And I asked him about his philosophy, because I think at the point they'd lost like the first 5 games or whatever. Yeah. And I asked him, I was like, do you think maybe you need to change something tactically? And he was like, look, I don't believe in God. I'm not a religious man. My only religion is my philosophy, which I've instilled throughout my entire coaching career. So when people question it, I take it personally, and I will never, ever compromise on it. That's exactly the same case of Ruben Amorim.
This is not Man City women's manager.
It's exactly.
And now Man City women are top of the league.
I feel like with Amorim, like you can change the instructions that you give to a couple of your players without changing your philosophy. Yeah. And I feel like as a 40-year-old, he hasn't quite learnt that yet. Like something I say it all the time, Ruben Amorim in 7 or 8 years' time could be a fantastic manager for United, because he can deal with the press. He can he's charming. Blah, blah, blah. But it's just that I don't think he's worked out how to trust youth yet, which is a very key part of Man United. And I don't think he's worked out quite yet that you can have your philosophy and have it. Pep's philosophy's never changed, but you've had about 8 systems under him.
Yeah,
over the course.
He's got a traditional
false 9. You with Aguero. You're playing with flying wingers. Now you're playing like kind of more counter-attacking football to an extent.
Talking about Pep.
But I'm using it as an example.
Most managers don't do that. Most managers can't continually evolve and adapt. Most managers have like a time period to them, which is why Mourinho is just not good anymore. Not because he's changed anything that he's done, it's just that football's moved beyond it. Yeah. And I think that Amorim's system probably, if Amorim had come into United maybe 4 or 5 years ago, he would have done a lot better. But I just don't think that system works.
No, I just feel like when Amorim's 50-odd, I think he'd be a great manager for a top 6 club.
I do think there's a case of personnel, but then again, it goes back to your manager, where your manager should look at it and say, I know the limitations of my players. I know that Luke Shaw maybe isn't the fastest guy, and I think he's done well in that sense of like, right, I'm going to put him at centre back because I know he's not got the legs.
His use of Shaw and Mount has been spotless.
I know Mason Mount has injuries, so I'm gonna work him and just manage his time, do well. But I just think he doesn't really look at the limitations of his players, and that's why sometimes you see like a Dorgu or a Dallo kind of get thrown under the bus with their performances, and it's like, actually you're making this kid who's not really a wing back do wing back shifts, and you're complaining that he can't shoot and he's not getting shots on goal, when actually he's just a standard fullback.
Yeah, I mean, there is one little comment here that says from Danzugu3427, just says, and you don't think he changes little tweaks in games, like Xerxes couldn't hold the ball up, and the second he got told to flick it on, and then obviously beat Crystal Palace. I'm not saying that. I'm just part of me is annoyed that it takes him so long.
Yeah,
like I was saying back 4 after we lost to Grimsby, I was like, go to Burnley back 4. You've got to do it. 4-3-3. We got so many good players for it. But before we wrap up. Also, Vikram says Kobbie needs to earn his spot and work harder if he wants playing time. Simple as that. To a certain extent, yes, but he just
but he's
against Bournemouth. He was, by the way, and Amorim said this today. He was like, Kobbie Main was really damn good against Bournemouth. He came on against Bournemouth. He was best player on the pitch.
He was really good.
He was really good, and I really hope he gets a chance versus Villa. If we do a midfield 3, he will. But yeah, this is what I'm interested to see. Yeah, he's got to have a start. Well, and then you got a. It's like if Amorim does that, I'm like, yeah, Mainoo's gone. If he plays Main, like Casemiro's not even there. He's suspended.
If you got it, just you're forfeiting the 3 points.
If Mainoo's
because I think we could, if we do a midfield 3, that's the best way to compensate for no Casemiro, because you've got the Ugarte being able to like just kick shins, and Mainoo can compensate for the fact that Casemiro is also quite good on the ball. But I want to get into predictions before we end. We got a couple minutes after this stream. Just quick fire predictions for the game this weekend. We'll start with the 12:30 kickoff. Newcastle at home against Chelsea.
Draw.
You think draw? Score draw? I'm saying 1-1.
Go Desmond.
Desmond 2-2?
Yeah.
2-2?
I think Newcastle will lead, but then they'll throw it away.
2-1
As always. You reckon
I think
Newcastle
Chelsea have got a horrible record at St James's Park.
12:30 under lights.
I hope Newcastle lose. But Bournemouth, I'm saying 1-1. Bournemouth hosting Burnley.
Bournemouth.
Obviously, with all the eyes on Semenyo.
3-0 probably. 3-1.
Yeah, I think Semenyo will rise to the challenge, and then it'll all get more interesting.
Bournemouth.
Brighton versus Sunderland.
Brighton.
At Brighton at home.
Brighton win. Sunderland, 7 players gone AFCON.
Yeah, it's going to be a new. It's
whereas
7.
Brighton,
it's crazy how many
Brighton
AFCON players they've got.
2 players going AFCON, or 1.
Well, I trust Sunderland, you know.
I
really
think
like Sunderland. I hope they win, but I think
2-1 Brighton.
I think Sunderland win 1-0.
Still,
Yeah.
even though away from home with all the AFCON people gone.
Yeah, I just think like they're just so resolute, and they've got such a good manager.
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
Really hard. They're really hard to beat, and Brighton are so hot and cold. It's like you never really know what.
And then Man City, West Ham. How are you feeling ahead of that game?
Man City.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. I would be surprised if that's not quite a high score.
Should I captain Haaland or Foden?
I've triple captain Haaland.
You've triple captain Haaland. I use my triple captain for Haaland.
Yeah.
Like game week 6.
Yeah, no, I've triple captain Haaland.
Yeah, it was when it was like Haaland got like 2 goals and assist in extra time or something. I think it was that game.
Yeah,
so I got the tube in the 85th minute going. He's got 6 points. I'm done in here. I come out the tube. Victoria like 20 minutes later. He was on 49. I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty confident. I'm really confident about that game.
Because I should be going Haaland.
West Ham are dead.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
so.
I think 3-0.
Yeah, Man City gonna win.
Score?
I'll say 3-1.
3-1.
I think
No clean sheet.
I think more score like 5-1. I think
That'd be rough.
touch wood.
Scoreline, man.
Wolves are hosting Brentford.
I'm backing Wolves, man. Wolves 1-0.
You're backing Wolves?
100%. I want to win.
Crazy. I was gonna say a draw for this game. You know.
I'm actually backing Wolves as well.
Yeah.
They played so well against you.
They played
I feel
well
like
against us. They
Brentford's
played well against
Brentford's
Aston
away
Villa.
form is terrible.
Really bad.
They're 18th on away form.
I can't see them winning
Their away form is
Wolves.
dead,
But
man.
the thing is with Wolves, I feel like when teams get officially relegated and then they always win their next game.
Yeah.
I feel like Wolves have decided they're relegated, so now they're getting better.
Yeah, they're getting better, aren't they? And the new manager's doing a decent job. Rob
Yeah. Well,
Edwards
they
is
scored they've scored back-to-back games.
Yeah.
They hadn't scored in 8 before then.
Yeah.
Scored against us and Arsenal.
Yeah, big
I
dog.
think. Yeah.
They were good. They were good against.
I'm saying 2-2 draw.
They scored all the goals in our game.
Yeah, he did score 3 against Arsenal,
up Wolves,
but
man.
3
1-0
they scored
win.
3 at the Emirates at least. Yeah.
They're gonna get 1-0
I'm
win.
saying 2-2.
1-0
No.
Wolves. They have to win at some
Have to.
point.
Mate, that would be the carnage and chaos. It
Strand
would
Right.
be
Lose.
mental if
Can't
they win,
lose
bro.
forever.
And then obviously you've got that big game, Spurs versus Liverpool at Tottenham.
See.
Always 2-2. I
Yeah,
swear it's
see-
always 2-2.
Nah,
It's
they
always
play
2-2, and
Liverpool
it's always like
fuck
an
them up.
87th minute goal
Yeah,
at some
yeah,
point
yeah,
from
yeah,
either
yeah.
team.
Them.
Huh?
Liverpool always mashed them up.
No,
Nah, not
but then
us,
low-key-
Spurs, I
what was
don't
that
think.
game where like it was like
No,
Harry
but-
Kane scored really late, I think, and then Salah scored even later or something?
2-2.
That was a 2-2 draw, wasn't it?
Sick game
At
of
Anfield.
football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an
kinda
amazing
need
game.
We kind of need a draw, right? Just like from an Arsenal City perspective, we kind of need a draw. But I hate
'Cause-
Spurs.
Why do you need to draw? None of those teams are anywhere near you.
No, but I'm hearing AGT talking about, we got a little sneaky chances. I don't want to hear that. Loud
I
out.
think they've got.
But either way, the watch along is going to be really, really
Yeah,
good.
I
Yeah,
wanna
I
hear
can't wait for that watch along. Abby's on
But
it as well,
then-
by the way.
If they smoke them like 4-2 or 4-1, I'd be happy. So I'm gonna say.
Well, Ronnie Dodge in the chat saying 5-0 Liverpool.
Oh, bring me that.
Mate, that'd be
I'll
hilarious.
take that.
Yeah, so it's FJ, Abby, Dean, and Doyle.
Yeah.
Mate, that's going
You
to
will
be
be there.
such a good watch along. That's a big name watch along as well,
You
by
will
the
be
way.
there.
So make sure you are tuned in tomorrow for that, because I will be. And then after that, by the way, it's a Saturday football show.
Yeah, Saturday football.
So literally, it'll be the watch along, Saturday football show, and then FCM on Sunday, obviously, to cover all of the weekend's games. But all the games are on Saturday this time. Everton versus Arsenal.
Obviously,
You feeling
gonna
all
go-
right?
Yeah. I
Feeling
think-
all right ahead of that trip?
Yeah, I think we're gonna win, but it's gonna be a very hard fought win. So I'm gonna say 2-0.
Are you? You just said just before as well. You're feeling a little iffy about how you're actually playing at the minute.
Yeah, we're not playing well. I mean, we've had some hard games. Chelsea, Aston Villa. You know, we beat Brentford easily. We played Wolves, didn't play very well, but we got the 3 points. Obviously, a lot of the players apparently were very upset about that. Apparently, it was not bust ups, but real talks in the changing rooms after that game. But we've had a week's rest, so I expect to see a 10 times better performance.
I think
against
2-1
Everton.
Arsenal.
Yeah, I want to say 2. I'm going to say 2-0, but it's going to be a hard fought.
I don't think you're getting a clean sheet.
Nah,
They've got 2 clean
I
sheets in
think-
8.
yeah, but no Dewsbury Hall, no Illiman and Jai. Jack Grealish went off with a calf
I think Jack
injury
Grealish
last
will
week.
be
Yeah, true. I guess.
I
I'm
just-
still saying 2-1.
I just think based on
Leeds-
how we performed in the last one, we have to get clean
What's
sheet in
your
this one.
score prediction, Kenya?
For Leeds.
Sorry for the Arsenal game.
Oh, 2-0 at Arsenal.
Yeah. And then Leeds Crystal Palace. Leeds.
Leeds, man.
Palace, by the way, falling apart.
Yeah, they drew 2-2.
Big time.
They drew 2-2 against
Yeah,
that
yesterday.
FSG or whatever
Yeah,
they're called.
I
bruv.
think 2-1 Leeds.
Yeah, I think Leeds. Could
I
win
think
that
Leeds are
game.
going to get something here. And then finally, Aston Villa versus Manchester United. That's
that
the
is on
second
Monday,
last game.
is it?
Draw.
That's on Sunday.
That's on
It's the only
Sunday.
game on Sunday. I'm saying 2-2 draw.
Believe. I'm gonna back you.
I think 2-2 draw.
No way.
Believed in it.
Nah.
We score and we concede.
No. They're beating us and
They
Arsenal.
beat us, yeah.
Yeah.
Believe.
Have you got a score prediction?
1-0 Villa.
1-0 Villa. What's your score prediction?
2-2.
I can believe it. 2-2. So and then there is one more game after that. Monday Night Football. Fulham are hosting Nottingham Forest.
Oh, Forest are gonna win. Fulham away from home, dead.
Yeah, I reckon. No,
Fulham
Fulham are at home.
Oh, I thought I said Forest.
No, Fulham are hosting
2-2.
Nottingham Forest. So Fulham hosting Nottingham Forest.
No, I'm gonna say Forest win still. 3 after they beat Spurs 3-0. I'll say
I
Forest.
was going to say 2-1 Fulham.
2-2.
Harry Wilson rise. I like Harry Wilson goals.
Yeah. Either way, guys, thank you guys, Kim and Kenya, both for joining me on the Friday. I hope you guys have had a fantastic weekend and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Friday and weekend and all that. Remember, there is plenty going on. Saturday football show, watch along on Saturday, Sunday, FCM, and then Monday, weekend roundup on the Monday at 12:30. And then I'm back. Actually, I'm not back on Monday. I'm back on Tuesday. But Monday will be live at 5, as always, to cover the recap. Recap all the games and all the news and everything and all of that. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for so much for watching, and I'll see you on Tuesday.
Hi, and welcome along to the best of enemies.
My ball's black. Hey, stop. I'm going to jump off. Hey, you're looking trim, though. What have you been in the gym now?
You've been running from the show.
I'm past caring if Tottenham even win now. I mean, Expressions FC.
Don Robbie is here in Saudi Arabia.
Man. Yeah, here we
Come
go.
to take over. What about your team?
It's not about Man United right now.
When was the last time you even won a game?
We're the second best team in this league. That ain't a disgrace.
Bournemouth versus Manchester United.
I'm sweating, but we're going to win that game.
Yeah, man.
Trust me, Saudi Arabia versus Oman.
I got Saudi Arabia, man. They ain't going to let me down. What an exciting game.
You were rough.
You weren't
That
wrong.
was offside. That was offside. Saudi #1.
We are here today for the burial of Arsenal's Premier League dreams.
Let's start again. Hi, and welcome along to the best of enemies.
How you doing, Rob? How are you, bro?
Well, none of you two can talk to me because at least we challenge for the league.
Yeah.
Arsenal not winning the trophy is your trophy.
So you asked the question.
That's all you've done this
So
season.
what have you done in the
What have
Champions
you
League?
done? You've done nothing.
This season, yeah? Tottenham will win a trophy before Man United.
I'm going to go for 3-1 to Arsenal.
Away from home.
Yeah.
We're going to get 3 corners.
Al Riyadh, they're taking on Al Nassr today. Big game. One of the biggest games of the season.
You will never even win the Champions League because we see things you will never see, Robbie.
Do you know how shameless you are, bro? You're supposed to be winning the league, but you're doing a hate-along, bro.
This is your fault.
I've been chased by a tractor. You've brought in opera singers. When you say Tottenham, you put respect on us, blood, yeah?
Depart the room for about the next 5 minutes or so.
How?
Because we're going to talk about the Champions League.
Emotional.
Who would have thought that a Tottenham fan, a Manchester United fan, and an Arsenal fan would get along? Well, sometimes.